Everybody, I'm Tommy Bryan, and this is the Mark Medley pregame show. Coach, congratulations on last week's win, career win number 80, and a 35-6 victory at Columbia.
Thank you, Tommy. It's just always a relief for us coaches to get that first one out of the way. And we went down there expecting a real tough battle, and Columbia made some mistakes early, and we did a good job of capitalizing on those and putting the football in the end zone, and came away with a very easy victory. Something we didn't anticipate, but something that allowed us to get a lot of people in the ball game, and I think it was a good learning experience for a lot of our young guys.
You talk about getting people into the football game. I know that's got to help you in practice when your younger people are able to get into the game, and sometimes even in the first half.
Yeah, it really does. This game of football, it demands a lot of your time. There's a lot of hard work involved, and if you can reward people with playing time, it makes life a lot easier for those guys to know when they come to practice they've got a shot at playing some, and it helps year after year when you have some game experience under your belt as a sophomore.
All phases of the game seem to be going well for you. Defensively, you got the football back from Columbia. Your kicking game set you up in some great field position, and your offense was able to convert those mistakes into points.
Yeah, going into the season, you realize that you're gonna have to make mistakes, and you just hope you don't make the mistakes in your own backyard when they cost you points. We made a mistake early in the football game when we were driving and got to delay a game penalty. This guy seated here, I'm the guy responsible for that, and hopefully we're going to correct that. If that'd been late in the ball game and we were behind, that would loom very big. So the things that we have tried to do this week in practice is correct some of the mistakes we made last Friday night and continue to work on the little things to get better, as well as to prepare for Hendersonville.
You had a kid step forward at the tailback spot, Charles Moss. He had a great night, and Charles is a guy who's paid his dues on the scout team, on B team, and here he is. It's his turn.
Yeah, I know last year we're getting ready to play Columbia, and Charles Moss in practice all week was Ronnie Pillow. He had the name Pillow taped across the front of his helmet. He had a pillow taped around his midsection, and he was a guy that was a target all week. And he goes back to Columbia, and he's a guy carrying the mail for us. And we feel good about the job that Charles is doing, and of course the credit goes to those guys up front as well.
The offensive line, I thought, did a great job, really opening some running lanes for him.
Yeah, we were giving up quite a bit of size up front, Tommy, and but our people did a good job of getting position on their people. We didn't do a good job of blocking their nose. We were trying to come off with our center on the backside linebacker, and our guard picked a nose up, and we hopefully have corrected that problem this week.
Turning ahead to the game that folks will be watching here in just a few minutes, the Hendersonville Ball Club comes in for our first regional game, and it's our first home game. No way to overemphasize the importance of this football game.
No, that really isn't. If you're gonna be in the playoffs come November, you've got to win these regional games, and as opposed to there being 5 games that determine playoff stature, here we have 8 this year, so it's added pressure each week. But we're looking forward to playing at home. We talked about Thursday afternoon. It had been the Friday after Thanksgiving since we've been on our home field under the lights, so we're just looking forward to the opportunity of playing there.
What do you know about Hendersonville offensively?
They're the wing T. Coach Derrick's an old wing T man. A lot of misdirection. They're going to give you problems finding the football. We just got to do a good job of being patient, reading our keys, and hopefully get people to the football.
Defensively, I understand pretty much a 50 scheme.
That's what we've seen for the last week. Years past, they've been a split front, wide tackle front. So we've kind of prepared for both. We're hoping we see a 50, but we've looked at the split in case they've gone back to that during the week of practice.
Are there a couple of keys to pulling out a win here in this home opener?
I think the key for us is just to play well. If we'll come out and do the things we're capable of doing, and and not make mistakes early and get behind, I think we stand a good chance to win a football game.
Okay, Coach, thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you, Tommy.
That's it for this edition of the Mark Medley Show. We'll be back with the play-by-play in just a minute.
Glennis Videos, in association with Lebanon Cablevision, presents Lebanon Blue Devil Football. Your announcer is Tommy Bryan. Play-by-play by Bruce Skeen. Stats by Terry Stafford. The field reporter is John Bryan. Funding for this telecast is provided by the following. Beard Construction, Burchett Ford Subaru, Fakes and Hooker, First Bank and Trust, 3 locations, Mount Juliet, Hermitage, and Lebanon. K.O. Lester Cash and Carry, Lebanon Cablevision, Permapipe Division of Midwestco, Piggly Wiggly, Rochelle McCullough and Alls, Rock Tin Company, Toshiba America, TRW Commercial Steering Division, and by Women's Health Center PC. Please let our sponsors know that you enjoy the telecast.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Your attention, please. The Presley family would like to thank friends, family, football players, and the coaches for being there for us during our recent loss of Jonathan. We would especially like to thank Coach Mark Medley for all that he's done for Jonathan in helping Jonathan grow to become a fine young man, a great football player, and a respectful person. Jonathan had a good life, and he lived every day to the fullest. He respected the football team as if they were a family. Jonathan will always be there in our hearts and our memories. We feel he will always be here watching the games. We miss him very much, and it's very hard on us without him. We're going to need many friends and many prayers. Jonathan loved Coach Medley and appreciated his guidance. Thanks to the families for all that you've done for us and continue to do to help us through this difficult time. Thank you, Kenneth and Judy Presley and the Presley family.
You're the visiting team. I want you to call the coin while it's in the air. If I drop it on the ground, we'll toss it again. If everybody will look, that side is heads. The other side is tails. Call it while it's in the air. Heads. He called heads, gentlemen. He called heads. It is tails. You have won the toss. You made to defer the second half. You want to defer?
Tommy, Lebanon has won the toss and elected to defer. Hendersonville is going to receive, and Lebanon is going to kick it toward the scoreboard, so that'll be the south end of the field. So back up to you.
Our captains tonight for the Blue Devils, Mo Thompson, Kevin Hasty, Mike Moscadelli, and the center, Scott Wortman. Our officials tonight, referee Bob Gideon. The umpire is Al Cunningham, the head linesman Bart Fight, the line judge Gilbert Nave, the back judge Doyle Lowe, and the electric clock operator is Chris Lewis. There goes Raymond Lassiter around the track. So you know it's not going to be long before the Blue Devils come out on the field. Lebanon and Hendersonville tonight in the region opener, and here come the Blue Devils. Lebanon 71 strong, dressed out in the home blue jerseys, blue jerseys, white pants and white headgear. Hendersonville dressed in the gold pants, black helmets, and white jerseys. Lebanon will kick to Hendersonville. Hendersonville will operate out of the south end zone. It's the regional opener tonight. Lebanon and Hendersonville, and an important first game for both teams. John, down on the field, what's the mood on that sideline as the Blue Devils get ready for this home opener?
Tommy, everyone down here seems really fired up. They came out with a good enthusiasm. Right before they came out in the team meeting, I'm sure there was some thoughts there with Jonathan Presley, and the guys are really fired up. I expect a high emotional game tonight. Back to you.
Okay, John, thank you. John Bryan, our sideline man for the Blue Devils. Kicking off tonight, a slight change for the Blue Devils. Kevin Hasty, a senior tackle, has done a whale of a job kicking the football in practice. Hasty taking over the kick duties for John Bryson. Hendersonville will receive. Going deep for the Commandos, Trey O'Donohoe. He's a junior, 5'9", 180. One of the up men, David Sudicum. And one more up man, Wesley Gaines. And here with the play-by-play call of tonight's Blue Devil game, the voice of Blue Devil football, Bruce Skeen.
All right, Tommy, Hasty to kick off. O'Donohue stands on about the 3. Hasty will kick off. Pretty good kick will go to the 7. Taken on the 7 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. 25 and got knocked down on the 28. Pretty good return out of O'Donohue. He got it up to the 28. The sun sets in the west behind Cumberland on a football night. Breeze blowing slightly out of the north. Flag at the moment moving very slowly. Hendersonville will come up. They spot the ball. We'll call it the 29, 1st and 10. They run out of that wing tee with one setback, double wing, send a man in motion and hand it to him, and he got across the 30 and got knocked down on the 31. Hasty was there, and here come Mo Thompson. They hit him. Down under was also Garrett. Got to the 31 and got a couple 2nd and 8.
That was Sudicum on the carry. They've had a guy hurt. Dustin Lane, a senior, had over 100 yards last week in their loss to Maplewood. He's got a problem with his ribs, and he's questionable tonight. He's not out there now. We might see him later.
Quarterback comes up to the line.